We've been known by a lot of names over the last 100 years, but one thing that hasn't changed is the same great service. Welcome to Hank's General Store. Hank's is your one-stop shop for fuel, propane refilling, fresh foods, and much more. Need a snack before hitting the road? Grab from a variety of fresh homemade foods including pizza, chicken wings, hearty sandwiches, and hand-cut steaks. Visit our website to view our menu or get ideas for your next trip with the latest news on local attractions. Hank's General Store in Helmer. Veteran owned and operated, making sure you're ready for wherever life takes you.
Hello and welcome in to a special playoff edition of Sports Chat, presented by M123 FM and the UP Sports Network. Follow us on Facebook for the latest information and all the sports programs from around the Eastern UP. Watch live games wherever you are, and of course, you can also read about it on the pages of the award-winning Newbury News, out each and every Wednesday. I'm Dan Hardenbrook, your host. Steve Stifler, our executive producer, getting you ready for one of the most exciting times of the sports year for high school. It is fall sports tournament time. The football postseason officially underway. Round one games taking place this past weekend. Volleyball teams getting ready to take center stage. The district round of the MHSAA girls volleyball tournament gets underway tonight. Some big matchups in a couple of key districts. Teams from all around the Eastern UP battling it out to see who is the best of the best. Of course, with that MHSAA hardware on the line in the 100th school year of the Michigan High School Athletic Association. A little extra special incentive for teams competing in this year's postseason events. We'll get into all of it here coming up on the show, but right now I do want to remind you that the EUP Sports Network is your playoff football home for the Pickford Panthers. Catch all the postseason action, live audio, play-by-play broadcast, exclusive content that you can't get anywhere else as we partner up with the Panthers to bring you postseason football action. Pickford through round one and back in the regional championship, where they will take on Ishpeming. 1 o'clock to kick off on Saturday. Our pregame coverage shortly after 12:30 from the Chuck Bennon Memorial Field in Pickford. Let's start there with the football postseason and the Panthers punching their ticket to the regional championship game in emphatic fashion Friday night. A rematch from Week 9, the regular season finale against the Munising Mustangs. That was a lopsided win for the Panthers, but Munising went into that matchup shorthanded. Only had 10 guys available. Thought that they would have a better chance with an extra week of preparation going to Pickford in back-to-back weeks. Matt Matson and the Mustangs ready to let everything hang loose. They went all in and did everything they could, but the Panthers proved to be just too much. Josh Rader and company, boy, the Panthers found a different level on Friday night. An opening round statement victory for the number 2 team in the state playoff point rankings this season. The Panthers scored 30 in the first quarter, had 60 on the board by halftime, and walk out 67-14 winners in the regional semifinal round last Friday night. If you missed it, the audio play-by-play coverage available on the EUP Sports Network Facebook page, as well as the EUP Sports Network on YouTube. Taking care of business. That's the motto for the Panthers this postseason, and they proved that in week number 1. Wasn't just Tommy Story and the Stars. Yes, he and Gunnar Bennon and Seth Miller shined once again, but everybody got in on the action for the Panthers, including a couple of JV call-ups. Sophomores joining the varsity for the playoff run, got some great experience, even got into the end zone. Pickford, offense, defense, special teams, you name it, they had it rolling. And even for the Mustangs, despite their best effort, some things you just can't explain. Some odd bounces, some tough breaks. Boy, Munising just could not buy one on Friday night. Stuff that I still, as the weekend has gone along, have not been able to explain to those that weren't in attendance and couldn't see it for themselves. Stuff to describe even on the audio play-by-play. up in the booth on Friday night, we just saw some things that you could not possibly dream up better for the Panthers. A night full of nightmares that Munising's worst enemy wouldn't even wish upon them. Give the Mustangs credit. Great season for them. They turned it around after missing the playoffs last year. 6-3 in the regular season. Had a great group. Some late season injuries just caught up with Munising, who turned the page and had a totally different style of play this season. Players and coaches gave it everything they had. The Panthers on to the regional championship round, where they will now meet the Ishpeming Hematites. Yes, those Ishpeming Hematites. Ishpeming, a traditional UP playoff powerhouse in high school football. For years, they ruled the 11-man ranks, now down an 8-man for the first time this season. And they're already in the regional championship game. They survived a thriller in week 1. What a ball game between the Hematites and the Norway Knights. Love seeing both of these teams play. Ishpeming, an interesting case as they've made the adjustments to the 8-man style. That transition is always an interesting one. Ishpeming saw them in a preseason scrimmage in Newberry to start the year. Back in early August, things didn't look so great. They were having trouble getting on the same page. Coaches and players went back to the drawing board, worked hard in practice. Got to see the Hematites again in a neutral site game early in the regular season. Played Gaylord St. Mary's over in Rudyard and looked a little bit better, but something was still missing. As the season, though, has gone along, the Hematites have gotten better. They've certainly gotten more comfortable and more confident. Now Ishpeming's right back where they feel they belong. Wouldn't be the football playoffs without the Hematites making a run. They survive a strong Norway attack. Always entertaining to watch the Knights play. Love what they do. Coach Scott Popp, a great guy, does it the right way. Has built a fantastic program there in the Western UP. You give Norway credit in an era where a lot of teams are ducking or backing out or trying to switch conferences. Norway, all the way on the western end of the UP, just outside of Iron Mountain, asked if they could get moved to the Great Lakes 8 East, which has a reputation of being one of the toughest 8-man conferences in the state. They wanted the big showdowns with Pickford, in Munising, in Rudyard, in Newberry. Well, they got it, and they went 7-2 in the regular season. Had to go on the road to the Hematites, and that may have been the difference maker. Ishpeming gets Norway out of that home environment that they love at Ronberg Field. The Knights got quarterback Cole Bige back, who had an emergency appendectomy about a month ago. Yes, already back on the football field Friday night. Those seniors, they'll do anything to avoid standing and watching their senior season come to an end from the sidelines. Bige wasn't having it. He came back, was brilliant again. Ended up being a high-scoring shootout, but the Hematites survive a great Norway team. Saw them in person a couple times, saw a lot of games on film. Not just Cole, but Owen Bige, Maddox Birkeland, a great group of Norway players, and they come up just short again. So it's down to 8 teams in 8-man football, Division I and Division II. Only 4 left total from the Upper Peninsula. It'll be Pickford and Ishpeming Saturday, 1 o'clock the kickoff. Get our coverage on the UP Sports Network shortly after 12:30. The winner of that one gets the regional championship and will head to the state semifinals. For Pickford, that game will be back at home. Ishpeming, it would depend on the seedings of teams that advance through. Over in Division II, it's Crystal Falls, Forest Park, and North Central. They've been the 2 best teams all year. Crystal Falls, 9-0 in the regular season. North Central, or actually 8-1 in the regular season. North Central also 8-1. North Central's only lost to Pickford week 1 against the Division I powerhouses. Crystal Falls didn't lose a game until the last week of the regular season to North Central. Redemption time for the Trojans. Well, the Jets continue to try and extend their reign of dominance in UP 8-man football. Follow the MHSAA website, and of course, follow us with the UP Sports Network. We'll have scores, updates, information, and latest results all weekend long. Hope you can join us on Saturday for that one. Pickford, the last team remaining in either 11-man or 8-man from the Eastern UP, so they are representing the region as well. Coming up, we'll take a look at this week's girls MHSAA district volleyball tournaments. Division 4, well, it looks like a couple of districts that are de facto EUP conference tournaments. The latest on those top teams, including St. Ignace, Newberry, Brimley, possibly Pickford on the volleyball court as well. When we come back, it is Sports Chat with M123 FM, the UP Sports Network.
When it's time to head to the great outdoors, the Fish and Hunt Shop in Curtis has you covered. As your award-winning Ski-Doo, Sea-Doo, and Can-Am dealer, they're your one-stop shop from the water to the snow trails. Whether it's sales, service, rentals, or accessories, they've got everything you need to make your next trip unforgettable. Visit Fish and Hunt Shop on Main Street in Curtis or online at fishandhuntshop.com. The Fish and Hunt Shop, where your next great adventure begins.
High-speed fiber internet is here. Say hello to Highline Internet. With lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, Highline keeps you connected to what matters most. Whether it's streaming TV, gaming, or working from home. No contracts or hidden fees here. Our blazing fast internet gives you the ultimate experience with no more buffering or lag. Plus, our friendly local support team is always here to help. Upgrade your internet today with Highline Internet and experience the difference. Visit highlinefast.com to get started.
The Lewis County Veteran Services Office proudly advocates for our area veterans. Local Veteran Services Officer Rick Menard is ready to serve you. For all your veteran service needs, including claims, medical information, benefit coverage, and more, contact Rick Menard in the Lewis County Veteran Services Office at 293-4890. The Lewis County Veteran Services Office, proud supporters of our community. Welcome back into Sports Chat. Dan Hardenbrook, glad to have you along. M123 FM and the EUP Sports Network. Turning our attention now to the girls volleyball district tournament. Ladies taking center stage this week in the biggest games of the season. A couple of volleyball districts in Division 4 will look like de facto EUP conference tournaments, where one team is going to try and make a stand, punch their ticket to at least the quarterfinal round, represent the region against one of the West End's true powerhouses. Past couple of years, been great in the postseason for teams from the EUP conference. Remember, Rudyard had a nice run in back-to-back seasons, including a trip all the way to the state semifinals just a few years ago. Newberry took over the throne last year. Lady Indians and their high-powered attack caught many off guard during the season. They made a statement run in the postseason, getting through the district and regional rounds. They reached the quarterfinals where they fell to Crystal Falls Forest Park. Well, guess what? Those Lady Trojans may be even better this season than they were last year. They're expected to roll through in the West End. That means two teams that are district winners from the Eastern UP and two teams that are district winners from the Northern Lower would meet in the regional round next week to try and punch their ticket back to that quarterfinal showdown. It's a long road. A lot of games, potentially 3 this week for some, 2 again next week just to get to that quarterfinal round. We're keeping an eye on Volleyball District 101 and 102 in the MHSAA's Division 4 tournament. Volleyball District 101, all games at the Carl Parker Gymnasium. That will open up tonight as Engadine will take on Beaver Island. Winner of that one advances to the semifinals, 7 o'clock in Brimley on Wednesday night. Lady Bays tied for second in the EUP conference this season with Newberry. Lady Indians, the defending district and regional champions, they'll play in the first semifinal in Brimley on Wednesday night. They get Rudyard. The winner of that Newberry-Rudyard matchup and the winner of Brimley, either Beaver Island or Engadine, will be back at the Carl Parker Gymnasium Friday night. That's November 8th, 6 o'clock, the district final. Remember, for all postseason games, you can purchase your tickets via the GoFan app or go to gofan.co and search your event. So it's Beaver Island and Engadine tonight. Winner advances to the semifinals. Wednesday, Newberry and Rudyard, 5 o'clock. Brimley and that Beaver Island Engadine winner at 7 p.m. with the district final, 6 o'clock on Friday. Over in District 102, it is another play-in type tournament game. Cedarville Detour, the Lady Islanders will be in St. Ignace to take on Mackinac City. Opening round game, that is tonight at 6 p.m. Winner of that one returns to Iggy on Wednesday for a 5:30 semifinal against Mackinac Island. That'll be the first of two games Wednesday night. The other semifinal, two teams getting a bye. Two of the top teams from around the region, St. Ignace and Pickford. It's the Lady Saints, EUP Conference champions, taking on the Lady Panthers. 7 o'clock Wednesday night. Those games in St. Ignace. St. Ignace Pickford winner and the Mackinac Island versus Cedarville Detour or Mackinac City winner. Thursday night district final for them back at St. Ignace in a 6 p.m. final. Follow the MHSA.com. Follow us on Facebook as well for full results from the Division IV volleyball tournament. Interesting to see that St. Ignace Pickford matchup. I was over in Pickford, obviously, for the football game earlier. Girls volleyball team was practicing and was all about confidence, trying to make themselves believe they compete with the St. Ignace Saints. Of course, St. Ignace has the best program, maybe in the history of Upper Peninsula girls basketball. Now they're doing it in volleyball as well. They won this district last year, made it to the regional round. They're looking to do it again. Can Pickford pull off the upset? What about an ultimate Cinderella story from either Cedarville Detour, Mackinac City, or Mackinac Island? We will find out as games get underway tonight. Wherever you are headed, whoever you are cheering on, safe travels this week. And best of luck to you and your school as tournament time is now upon us for the fall sports season. I'm Dan Hardenbrook. This is Sports Chat with M123 FM, the UP Sports Network.
If people can sleep 12 hours and still not have quality sleep, maybe an hour or two out of that whole time frame is actual quality sleep.
Bill Alexander, respiratory therapist and supervisor of the cardiopulmonary department at Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center, talks about how poor sleep can affect your health.
Not only are pulmonologists ordering sleep studies, but also cardiologists, other people like that, for the reduction of the workload on the heart. It even has been shown to help with people's sugar levels, to help with diabetics. It just creates that rest in the body that we all need.
Scheduling a sleep study at Helen Newberry Joy is as easy as a talk with your primary caregiver.
They can do a referral. We have Dr. Washington, the pulmonologist, certified in sleep, a nurse practitioner, Carol Norman. They will do a consultation. We have a 2-bed lab here. And then you do a follow-up afterwards, go over the results, and then pick the best kind of therapy for you.
Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center. Your health, our passion.